Moving on to high school football now, a handful of UP teams took the field on Saturday looking to keep their dreams of a state title alive. We're going to start in Gladstone, the Braves hosting Negaunee in the Division 6 regional final. Let's head to Marble Athletic Field, an overcast sky for the game between the Braves and the Miners. First quarter, no score. Negaunee's Ty Jacobson hands the ball off to Kai LaCar. LaCar bounces it to the outside, and he's able to shed a tackle. He's going to be the first in the end zone, a 30-yard run in score to give the Miners the 7-0 lead. We're going to jump to the second quarter, still 7-0 Miners, but the Braves going to go to old reliable. Cole Pucci going to catch the screen pass delivered by Nate Young, and Pucci has a lot of space to work with. He makes one quick move. He's in for 6. 7-6 Negaunee after the failed two-point conversion attempt. Third quarter now, Negaunee driving. Jacobson off the play action. He tosses one up to Philip Nelson. He places that ball perfectly into the hands of Nelson for the Miners score, 18-6 Miners. Fourth quarter now, Braves looking to cut into the Miners lead. Nate Young going to drop back and throw up a pass to Caden Gibbs, who's going to go up and snag it at its highest point. The Braves are not done. It's now just a one-score game, 18-12 Negaunee. On the ensuing onside kick, the Braves need it to stay alive, and Ian Inkstrom going to recover it for the Miners. Negaunee, they win the regional championship 18-12 over Gladstone. The Miners going to play Reed City this Saturday at Gaylord High School in the state semifinals.
No, I'm proud of these young men today. This is what they've worked for. This is what they've come to practice for 14 weeks, man, and I'm proud of these guys. They earned it today. We're still chasing that perfect game, but they were pretty close today, and I can't tell you how proud I am of these young men today.
Local 3 Sports with Jake Durant.
The Negaunee Miner football team got back to work on Saturday, taking on Menominee in the district finals. The rain was coming down hard for a majority of the game, and Negaunee leaned on their elite run game to lead the way. The Miners won the game over the Maroons 44-0. Here are some sights and sounds from their dominating performance.
Beautiful weather, couldn't ask for better. Positive, right? All positive. I've worked with you yesterday, man. This is a sigh of relief. Okay? When you out there, you work your ass off this. It's a really great accomplishment, young. I'm proud of you. Okay? All right, let's go, man. Come on. Here we go.
Somebody left their hands in front of the bench on the bench.
1, 2, 3.
The Negaunee Miners are heading to Ford Field. Jake Durant gives us a look back at Saturday's battle downstate to get to this opportunity.
The snow was coming down in Gaylord for the Division 6 state semifinal between Negaunee and Reed City. We're going to pick the game up in the second quarter. We're scoreless. Miners going to fumble the football. They had 2 in the first half. Reed City going to recover, and the Coyotes are in business. A few plays later, Bryson Hughes with the catch. He takes the ball down inside the 5-yard line, which is going to set up a score by Noah Morgan to give Reed City the 6-0 lead. And that would be the score going into halftime. In the third quarter, the Miners' run game gains traction. Kai LaCar breaks off a nice run to move deep into Reed City territory.
Then Nico Luukarainen going to cap off Negaunee's drive as he dives into the end zone. The extra point is good to give the Miners the 7-6 lead. Fourth quarter, Reed City going to regain the lead as the snow is really coming down now. Morgan rumbles his way in for his second score of the game. It's 12-7 Coyotes. Later, this is 4th and 8 for the Miners as they look to convert to keep their season alive, and they get a big-time run by LaCar for the first down, which will set up this. LaCar dashing through the snow for the score. That's going to make it 13-12 Miners with just a few minutes remaining. And that's enough time for Reed City to put a drive together, but Negaunee is going to seal the game with this interception by Luukarainen. The Negaunee Miners are Ford Field bound with a thrilling 13-12 win over Reed City.
How do you feel?
Wow. Awesome. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Proud of these guys. Right till the very end, man. They battled, and man, I'm proud of them. Heck yeah, they earned this. They deserve this. This is great. Great for these guys, great for the community, for everybody, man. It's awesome.
Hey, both teams played a hell of a ball game. We just capitalized on the times that we needed to, and just an all-around fun, good game. The weather's nice. Going Ford Field.
The Negaunee Miner football team hit the road early this morning as they began their journey to Ford Field for their state championship game, which is happening tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern against Grand Rapids West Catholic. We were there along with the Negaunee faithful to send them off.
I'm in for Jake tonight. The Negaunee Miners varsity football team went back to their roots today visiting Lakeview Elementary School. John Truitt was there and has the story.
The Negaunee football team made a brief detour on their way to Ford Field today. Lakeview Elementary School welcomed the team with a walking pep rally of sorts. As the entire school lined the halls, the varsity football team took 3 laps around the campus, high-fiving and revving up this tiny fan base with Miners fever.
Oh, so excited. All day, I think the staff was just as excited as the kids. You know, to have our students back in the building and get to have a minute to celebrate with them was really, really special for everybody in this building today. We were really looking forward to it.
Coach Paul Jacobson had the idea to bring the big kids over to meet the little kids in hopes of inspiring the Miners of tomorrow.
Having the opportunity to see these people that are heroes to them and see them out on the field and all the things that they've accomplished this season, and then get to be here, you know, giving them a high five in our hallways and making that connection that at some point they were where they are. They were elementary kids too in this building is pretty special to see for sure.
This is their moment to shine. You know, they've earned it. You know, they're kind of living on cloud 9 right now, and I'm sure someday they'll appreciate a lot more than now, but right now, man, they're living in the moment and having a blast.
The little cheering fans waited with anticipation, hoping to slap the hands and cheer on their heroes.
It's just cool to see all these little kids looking up to you and have their great expressions on their face. Just happy to see you.
This is the best town a guy could grow up in. I went to here at Lakeview, and went through the middle school and high school my whole life, and I've loved it, every single second of it. And I couldn't have asked for a better community to be a part of and a better town to be in. I love this place.
One special hallway exhibit featured the photos of current players when they attended Lakeview. The team will now get ready to leave for Detroit tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. from the high school. For these players, that 9-hour bus ride will be the most anticipated trip of their football lives. Let's hope that after claiming the championship, the return trip will be just as enjoyable. In Negaunee, John Truitt, Local 3 News.
The MHSAA high school football playoffs kicked off from Ford Field in Detroit today. There was one lone UP team taking part in all of the fun, and that was the Negaunee Miners. Now, standing in their way for their first state championship since 2002 was the high-powered Grand Rapids West Catholic Falcons. Let's head to Ford Field, the home of the Detroit Lions, for the game between the Falcons and the Miners. A lot of Miners faithful making the trip down, hoping to see their team hoist a state championship trophy. Down 14-0 late in the first half, Negaunee puts together a 14-play drive that will end with this connection between Ty Jacobson and Philip Nelson. This was on 4th down, so a big play for the Miners. They go into halftime trailing 14-7. On the second half kickoff, the Falcons decide to kick the ball to Philip Nelson, which we've seen many times over this season. Not a great idea for opposing teams. And the Falcons pay for it in a big way as Nelson takes the kickoff 98 yards to the house. And it seemed that Negaunee had all of the momentum going their way, but then things took a turn for the worst for the Miners. West Catholic turned it up another notch. The Falcons, they have an absolute star in running back Tim Kloska, and he would flip the momentum right back into West Catholic's favor on this huge touchdown run. He had 4 scores on the day. It's 21-14 Falcons, and that was just the start of 45 unanswered points that the Falcons put up on the board. The Miners fall 59-14. They finish as state runners-up in Division 6. They also finished their season 13-1, and despite it not ending how many wanted, still a season to be proud of for the team from Irontown.
You know, we played toe-to-toe with them for a half. We came out and Phil had a great return to start the second half. And I don't know if we woke a sleeping giant, and combination between that and just run the gas. Yeah, they rolled that second half on us, that's for sure.
You go down with a team. It's a team effort. It's no one player. So you won 11th, and I don't know what happened in the third quarter, but something happened. He said we woke a sleeping giant, but we went down as a team, but we stuck together. You know, that's important. And sunrise is tomorrow, like Coach said. So I'm just proud of each and every one of them, and we stuck together as family.